Welcome to the Abyss.
And I'm playing this game called Mad Games Tycoon 2. It's a early access game. It's a, well, game development tycoon. I have played a little bit of it, and so far I'm having a lot of fun. I was looking for something on Steam, really wanted to put something else on the channel. Just something that was, something fresh, something new, and this was kind of it. This seemed like it was a lot of fun to do. I love Game Dev Tycoon. This isn't by the same company, but from what I've played of it so far, it's really nice. I haven't had any issues with it. So let's go into an actual new game. Now, I did call my other company Billy Goat Corp, but I'm not going to do that. I am obviously going to call it Abyss. We're going to call ourselves the Abyss Walkers because that's just who I am. Normal game speed, start year, medium difficulty, blah 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 blah. Now, character creation is pretty simple. I won't go through too much of it. But let's do it like this. So we'll go with the dude character. I was testing out with the female character. The character models aren't amazing, but they don't need to be. Yeah, wait, no, I don't like long sleeves. Hey, this is much better. Hair. See if we can get some long hair. Is this as long as it can get? Okay, I guess this is as long as I can get. And the eyes, well, you're gonna have glasses. Or you can just have weird eyeballs, that's cool too. Let's go with the big ol' shades. And gotta have a beard. What's the most epic beard? Nah, that's too much. That's too much. No beard mustache combo? That's like... you know what? Let's do this. It's not as good as my beard, but, it'll work. Skin color? Well, I don't leave, ever. Our character does not leave the house, so he's gonna be as pale as possible. Jesse Cox, is that you? Let's go with some black hair. Top, a nice silver. The base color, blue's fine. Extra color, probably the watch. Yep. Let's go with red. Now, the profession basically is all of these things, just how good you are at whatever. So if I want to be more of a scientist, boom, I can upgrade my research to a huge amount. But I'm going to do game design. And I'm going to put quite a few points into game design. Put some points into programming, get some graphic design, and get some music and sound. And then we have perks here. This one I have to have. I am the CEO. I cannot lose motivation. But some really nice things here. You can have an employee that never creates bugs, which is awesome. Employee doesn't need breaks, exhaustible, also nice. Employee doesn't get sick, also nice. And then employee with strong leaderships, I'll give a bonus. Luck, critical work results occur significantly more frequently. Talented employees learn faster. You have the limit for secondary abilities increase. There's a lot of things. Yeah, you don't need to go to the toilet when you're working. Star designers can create hype for the games. Orderly, you don't make dirt and garbage. And sporty, movement speed is increased, so you can, because your characters, unlike Game Dev Tycoon where everyone is in one place, these characters actually move about and you have to create an office. So it's kind of like a building simulator, kind of. Let's go with leadership. Because this is my character. They will be lead developer. And let's go with this. Tutorials. I'm just going to disable tutorials because you can kind of figure it out for yourself, but it's really simple, really easy. No random. We'll leave everything as it is. And let's go straight to it. So this is an early access game. It lacks some features and it can be unbalanced at places, and there may be bugs. I haven't run into any so far, but I've only been playing for like an hour or so. And all translations are very faulty. I haven't seen any translation issues. So first thing we need to do is develop our building. So this is where we'll start off. And there's an entire park plaza that we can eventually just be able to buy all of this. But first, we got to start out here. But we need some money. Now, we do have money, but one thing we definitely don't need is this car. We don't know why. I don't know why we have a sports car, but we just do. So we're going to sell it because we don't care. And the first thing we need to do is create a development room because we need to create games. So we're going to create a nice big room, 5x4, and we're going to have, of course, a door. 50,000 down the hole. Now, we need a workplace bench so that we can develop everything on, and then you need some other things to make sure that your employees work well. Cabinet. Maybe have a cupboard, you know, rotate things. If you decide to pick up the game for yourself, just, you know, like I said, like the tutorials aren't necessary. I mean, they are necessary so that you can understand the controls, but for the most part, once you know them, it's super simple. You don't even need to see them for a second time. Gotta have a trash can so that they can throw away any of their trash. A water dispenser, pretty important. Your employees will get thirsty. So they need a place to go grab some water. You also need a heater because things can get cold during the winter. And pretty much everything else is kind of just decorative purposes. Let's put a clock up. And of course, you gotta have a plant. Every good employee has a plant. Then just a bunch of decorating things. Let's put a carpet there. Okay, so we got a nice area here, and now that we have a place, now we can start developing a game. New game! So the lead designer is obviously going to be, well, first, gotta make sure my character is assigned to a room. You just pick them up and drop them in. Now that someone is there, new game. Boom, I'm the lead designer. And you can randomize the names, and they have a lot of cheeky names. Call of Duty, Not So Good and Evil, Zetzius, whatever. Game size, I have to start at B. I need to research, B+, so on and so forth. And that's just gonna have it be. Genres, I only have the skill game, and for topics, I have companies, orcs, and mecha. So the topics that you have available to you are random. I had some other topics in my other testing out of the game, but so far, so this is just what we're gonna have. And we have teenagers, target groups, we can go all the way to even seniors. Ooh. And then you can go back and forth. So unlike Game Dev Tycoon, you can actually just go all the way back and forth through all your different options. So that if you think like, okay, well, maybe I want to change the genre after you've gone through what you wanted, your development priorities and whatnot, you can do that. So we don't have an engine, so no point in doing that. Now we have the Byte 1 and this Fair Text CF. Let's go with the Byte 1. It has huge market share, huge. As you know, consoles will get onto the market, then we'll go here to buy dev kits, which basically is just licensing. And then, yep, I don't have an engine anyway. So these are the most basic of basic graphics. There's no copy protection, no anti-cheat, which is basically for multiplayer games. Now, design priority. Since we're doing a skill game, I'm not too certain on all the minute interactions on what makes a good game a good game. It's game development. You just kind of have to figure it out, you know, trial and error. So let's go more in gameplay. Let's focus a little bit more on game length. Let's have a little bit more content. Let's upgrade the game depth. And let's keep core gamers, casual gamers the same. Now, with work priority, I have noticed that my character, being so good at gameplay, just always has gameplay, super high gameplay numbers. So I don't need to prioritize gameplay all that much, and I'll still get good numbers. But my graphic and my sound isn't as good as my gameplay. So I should focus more on those to make sure that they're good. And controls as well, it's a little bit worse than my gameplay, but you know, it is what it is. And then we have also languages. You can enable all languages, disable all languages. It's just, you know, it's just something so, you know, it hits a broader audience. Then we have gameplay features. You need at least one. And you might as well just take all of them. Your cost for, you know, running your place while it's just you as it's just the CEO is really, really low. So you don't have to worry about money too much until you're like, you're needing employees and the market is going on and getting bigger and bigger. So you have to create better and better games, so that you're not flopping. And then lastly, in-app purchases. Yes, microtransactions for your games. Not yet been added. And all of this, finances, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Game concepts, game analysis, and fan letters. These I have not actually looked at personally, but we'll see them later. For now, this is exactly what we're going to be doing, and the development starts. So unpause, go to the highest speed, and now our character just creates the things. So some other things that we need to do though is we're gonna need toiletries. It's pretty important to make sure, you know, you have a room for people to go take a poop. So we're gonna do just that. Let's create this room. It's gonna cost some money. Toilets are stall toilets because of course they are. Boop. And it might not look like they're snapping, but there is snapping going on. Gotta have a medicine cabinet because your employees can't get sick. Put a heater in here. Oh, let's see. Heating. Yeah, this is just way better. Monthly cost, 1,000. Place or feeding could set more quickly. The heater can be placed in any position. And monthly cost. Wow, the heating is just way better. Okay, and that's basically all you need for a bathroom. People might get upset, but hey, whatever. And let's put something out here. Now, eventually, first thing that's just going to be done is we're just going to make some games, build up some money, and then once we have money, we're going to hire someone for research development. That way we can do contracts on the side when we're not game developing and we're waiting for like research so that we can build engines, and then once we build those engines we can create better games. So look at this, 40 to 45%, 40 not percent, 40. So I have 56. I only put 10% effort into the game itself, the gameplay development, but it's still the highest one there is. Meanwhile, my graphics, while I put the most into that, is a little bit less. Now I could continue development, but that's more so for bugs, right? But since my character has a trait that makes it so that I don't make bugs, I don't have to worry about that. And that's pretty good. Now, there are reasons why you'd probably want to continue development, as I'll show a little bit later, that there are bonuses and there are negative effects and bonus effects depending on random events as well as what time of the year it is. Let's search for a publisher. Now, there will be multiple publishers, and you're kind of looking for the one that matches you the best. So here we have Middle. They do skill games, so we're going to go with them because skill games. Their fan base is going to like it a lot more. So they're going to publish it. Nobody has this. No one has the topic skill game, the genre skill game, or the topic mecha on either the platform, on this platform at all. So that means anyone looking to get this game, this is a game like this on this platform, this is a game they're going to buy. So now we get our review score. And it's pretty good the way they have it leveled out. Gameplay changes from level to level, sometimes up, sometimes down. The outdated graphics are unpolished and don't deserve a medal. There's not much to say about the acoustics. Music and sound effects are mediocre. About the controls, the first few minutes are a bit complicated after they get the game play smoothly. Verdict, although the game developer has made an effort, this game is nothing more than a trivial genre representative. Which, you know, when you just start out the game, you're not really going to be fully aware of everything. So we're going to see the sales pop up there, but before we do that, let's just start development on another game, because you gotta make money, right? We can make another skill game, and we could do another mecha again, go back to teenagers, give it a random ass name, Cold Line Miami. Why not? Put it on the bite. We have all those. Now, what I could do is, like, let's see if we can affect the, let's see if we can bump, let's see what happens if we just do this. We change up the gameplay, we bump the gameplay development down and boost the graphics up. Let's increase the game depth and go a little bit more for core gamers. Okay, and put in pause function to keyboard support, and just go. Now up here at the top, you'll notice that there are trends. Currently it's racing and fitness, but I don't know either of those things, so it doesn't really matter. And trends last for a long time, but there's also things that people don't like, which are skill games, and top extreme sports are currently unpopular. But I kind of can't do anything else, so I'm kind of just shit out of luck. So I could want to continue development, but I'll be done before the 80 weeks, so I just kind of have to suffer with it. Ooh, 300% chance of global influenza. This is a little bit odd. But fair enough. So if I notice that, for instance, like, oh, my things aren't really going to be that high, then, like, they're lower than before, we'll continue development. So, like, my graphics and my technical build is up, but let's just continue development for a little while. We can afford to anyway. So while you're continuing development, if I did have bugs, this will go down slowly, but these ones will only increase slowly, as you can see. So basically I'm just doing this to just kind of ride this out. Things go up and down. Up, looks like my character has to go take a poop. Shite. And you'll get some tips here. Not really tips, but like messages from the fans, like, hey, this, and that. Like, you should have done this. We wanted this, we wanted that. So it looks like we have made somewhat of a profit. We have made a profit, which is good. So, okay. So here we see summer slumps right down in this corner. Selling things during the summer is a terrible idea. You will sell less units. As you can see, there was a significant drop in my sales because the summer hit. significant drop. More so, it was a nice slope, but then it pooped. And likewise, don't need to do this at all. I mean, well, I could do this because this is... No, yeah, I can do this. But if I got a bigger booth, I could do both of them. But we'll just do this. And it's real cheap, so, like, there's no point at not doing it. But once the summer ends, this will go away. And if you time your release so that... Time not just the release, just so that your sales will occur during December, you'll get a Christmas bonus to where your sales will increase by half, which is pretty important. So we made a profit, which is good. As long as we make a profit, it's good. So far not doing as well as I did before, but that's kind of whatever. So we just kind of have to deal with it. Especially because, you know, skill games aren't very trendy. We're just kind of screwed in that aspect until I build like a research area and then take my character and do some researching. And the summer slump is over. So no, don't move anything. If you need to make sure things don't move so you don't accidentally click on anything, you can go here. It'll let you, disable certain things. So if I don't want to accidentally lift my employees, boop, I just disable it like that. So now I can just boop, click on them, and everything is fine. Okay, so I think I'm going to wait a little bit to get to November. That way I know my sales will continue on into December. And of course at the beginning of every month you're gonna get billed. That's what those negative numbers popping up are. Well, not negative, but the red cash. Okay, finished development. So now everything is the best I've ever done. Now we search for a publisher. Middle is still doing very well. They don't have a lot of market strength, but still, it's much better since, the fan base is into skill games. And because I've used all these things, all improves. Now there are 3 games with the genre and 2 on the platform, but none with the topic, which is good. So, the plot generates tension and stretches, but it never lasts long. About the graphics, technically, more would have been possible, but it's okay. Even though I actually expected more, the sound effects are okay. The game shows how a control system must work today. Nothing for everyone, but fans of the genre can grab it. 57%, that is solid. So many fans are enthusiastic about the control of Cold Line Miami, so that was much better. So now, we're going to create a research zone. Gonna just pop it right here. Who cares about the garage there? Make sure we have a door. And plop. Booyah. Now, you gotta put a workplace right against the wall. Let's have a nice little cabinet. Gotta make sure that it's a nice area to look in. No, not a filing cabinet. Put a trash can in. And employees will go to another room to grab some water, so it's fine. We already have the medicine cabinet. Gotta have a heater, though. Heater's very important. A lamp. We can put a lamp in the corner. Why not? Gotta have a plant. Gray would be proud. Gray would be very proud. And not really much else needed. But let's put a carpet in. Let's put a nice carpet in. Boop. Now, if I want, I can put probably another workplace like right here. They seem to improve. Yep. The quality improves all the way to level 5 quality. But that is locked until 1985. We are less than 10 years away. Okay, so now that we have this, now we unlock, pick up, and drag you over. So now here we can research genres, topics, engine features, gameplay features, and some miscellaneous things. So what we're going to do is we're going to unlock some new genres. Let's unlock puzzle games. Racing is popular, but it's only going to be popular for another 46 weeks, and I don't feel like catching trends. Eventually, what I want to do for this playthrough is become a super huge RPG giant, and then every year you have awards. So best soundtrack, Jungle Jumper. Best graphics, Cell. Developer of the year, Nintendo. Publisher, Nintendo. Game of the year, World of Mana. And worst game, Int Karate. Int Karate. Hopefully one day we'll have our game up there, or our names up there. So yeah, you can see here, Christmas period, units sold. See that huge spike? That's the Christmas period. And we're getting some fans. Now, eventually, once we have 5,000 fans, we'll need a support department to do questions and whatnot. But until then, not too necessary. Not too necessary at all. So you can see some news up here, which is very nice. And once you activate this, it'll always pause things. So there are all sorts of topics. All sorts of topics. Anything you can want. So since we just did puzzle game, let's do, because I think this is just, I mean, it just makes sense, right? Detectives and puzzles. Wait, what about cyberpunk puzzles? Probably work. I wonder if dungeons, puzzles and dungeons, of course. Yes, of course. Dungeons and puzzles. That's exactly what we want. And every now and then you see weather effects. It's really nice. We can look in closely. Some fans would have wished for more content. And if you want, while your game is still on the market, you can actually go over and you could do updates and add-ons, free updates, paid add-ons, MMO add-ons. Oof. Jesus, mother of hell. And you can update the game, which will give you very minor boosts, like free update. Very minor, just 2%. It'll cost you money, of course. But if you just want to improve the game, you can. And it also allows you to do bug fixing as well, language packs if you didn't put any languages in. But we're not working on that, and we don't have anyone to work on that. Because we are researching at the moment. So we're making quite a bit of money from Cold Line Miami. I wonder what that's a reference to. I'll name my games eventually. But that's only when we get into, you know, ooh, we have a game engine. Nice, adventure game engine. So, 2D line graphics. Engines are super important. If you do not upgrade your engines, your games will suffer. Playing time at Cold Line Miami was too short. I mean, you can't please everyone. You can't please everyone. But you can do your best. New research for checkpoints. Okay. And then you can see over here, you have contracts. Contracts, very simple. Someone wants whatever, and you just go, hey team, just work on this. And if you complete it in time, you get money. And for game contracts, you have to actually create a game and have to manage all of that. So now that I have done the engine, what I am going to do is I'm going to put my guy over here, and I'm going to actually do a free update. And we're just gonna put all the money into it, because why not? So that's gonna happen. But let's also go into the job market to get an employee. Now you can see there's a whole bunch of applicants, and they all have some different traits. Some people are really good, but this is their salary. So, don't know about that. But what I want is a researcher. So, just do this. And then there's some terrible researchers out there. We don't want that. We want someone who's decent. Someone who knows what they're doing. So, we're also going to look. So this person is loyal. They will never quit. That's nice to have. Critical work results occur significantly and more frequently. We also have medical miracle. They never get sick. And someone who's a lead developer. There's also a nature lover. They need plants in their vicinity. Their motivation increases when they water plants. And then here's another one, talented. They learn faster. But what we're going to do is we're going to take Friedrich Vogel, because they also have leadership, and I kind of see what luck is going to do for us. So this person has really good research. Their hardware engineering, like all their other stuff is shit, but we don't care about that. So we're going to do this. We're going to plop them into research, and then we're going to get these gameplay things rolling. So let's start with checkpoints. Checkpoints can be very, very important. And while they're doing that, we're going to need a lounge, because your employees, well, over time, they're going to get, tired. They're going to be less motivated to do things. So you need a place for them to relax. So you got to put things in there for them to relax with. So let's give them an arcade machine. Let's give them a nice little fridge. Let's give them an armchair. And let's make sure that it's, nicely decorated. Give them a radio, why not? Radio right in front of the window. And let's put a water cooler in there. Don't need to, but why not, right? Water cooler and trash can. Gotta have a heater. If you don't have a heater, people are gonna get cold. You don't want that. And lastly, you know what? Who cares? I want a plant. Put the plant right in the middle of the room. Every room needs a fucking plant. Matter of fact. I mean, well, that'll get in the way. Every room needs a plant, damn it. Okay. So now I have someone to do researching for me. They're going to cost a lot of money. That's where the money hemorrhaging starts. But it'll be fine. Okay, so I've done the update. And now I'm going to just start doing assignments. Just for a quick way to get money while I'm building up my and the things that I find are important. So I'm going to see role playing. Yes, this is exactly what I want. So that's going to happen, and I'm going to go to employee settings. So motivation is very important, because motivation, the less motivation they have, the slower they work. So going to bump them all the way up to 70%. So when they hit 70% motivation, they're going to get up and they're going to go to the lounge and they're going to chill out, and then they're going to go back to work. Crunch time is like, okay, that's when things get super serious and all their needs are ignored. So you definitely don't want to be like, oh, it's crunch time at 50%. Like, no. Let's do 95% crunch time. Okay. And then there's pressures that I can apply, but, let's just keep things as they are. And you can have them controlled by AI, but I don't think that's necessary. So he's going to take a long time developing role-playing. So while he's developing that, I'm just going to do a bunch of commissions. So this is just what I'm going to do for right now. And we'll come back once role-playing is done to look at more things. Anyway. Okay. So I finished it, but I also decided to do a few more things. Let's develop a new engine. Okay. Let's give the engine name Burp. Burp 1. So the engine, gotta upgrade it. So we're gonna have 2D line graphics and primitive mono sound, the best that you could possibly have. And while I do have role-playing game right now, skill games and reporters are the current trends. So we're gonna have this be for skill games. And then currently we need to buy some dev kits because there are things on the market. So we're gonna buy for the Byte 2 because it has a lot of market share going on. Okay, so we're going to add it here. And then if someone wants to buy our engine, we can offer it to them. It's like, hey, do you want our engine? Well, here's the prices. So he's going to develop that engine, and then I can use that for the game. And there's plenty of time to create a game. 41 weeks, that is huge. That is absolutely huge. Then and then right now I have my research going for a subtopic. So let's develop a game, a new game. The name of the game is just going to be Not So Good, Not So Evil. It kind of just describes the game itself. So we're gonna aim this at, let's see, teenagers. Why not? It's gonna be a skill game with the topic reporters. And we're going to use the Burp 1 engine onto the Byte. So, right now, it's 2D line graphics because those are the better ones, and primitive mono sound because that's the better one. It's the best you could possibly do. There's nothing better. So since it's a skill, we're going to keep up the gameplay, keep the content. Let's lower the game def down a little bit and lower the casual. But again, let's keep things like this because my gameplay is still really good. Then I need graphic and sound to be, I need to really focus on those things. So let's start that development. Oh, right. Also gameplay feature. Right, so let's give a controller support, keyboard support, pause, checkpoint, and secrets. Because why not? I have the money to do it. Okay, and let's see if there's anything here. So yeah, we have fan letters, Cold Line Miami, enthusiastic about the control, as for stronger gameplay, my priority. So if ever I wanted to create something like Cold Line Miami, I could look at these and be like, okay, well that's kind of how I should do it then, right? Here, game reports, we have none, and game concepts, we have these. So it's 2 skill games, and kind of important. So ask for stronger gameplay priority. Many fans are enthusiastic about the controls, think that the playing time was too short. Some fans would have wished for more content. Some fans think it was developed too much for core gamers and wish it was more beginner friendly. So these are things that we can actually do. Okay, so they want more content, more game length, more beginner friendly, and it was also, what else? Felt too much for core gamers. So let's do casual, beginner friendly, and up the gameplay by a lot. We can even, let's even reduce graphics by a little bit and pump in some gameplay. Let's go with this, right? Because that's what the people want. So let's, and it wasn't like all over the place. So let's tailor it to that. And then once this game releases, then I shall end the episode there because I have shit that I need to edit, including this, which is released, which I'm definitely releasing same night, instead of releasing Hades. Hopefully the graphics, the graphics are, they look really nice. Hopefully it doesn't look too choppy, and if it does, apologies, but you've already gotten this far in, which thank you for getting this far in. Oh shit. We need corridor, the Sputnik cleaner. See that little water stain? Can't have that. We need something to clean it up. That's why we have the Sputnik cleaner, and it will go and clean things up for us. That way, people are feeling good about it. So this guy is just kind of He's finding things to be uncomfortable. He's doing... I have no idea what he's doing. But whatever. Let's give some things out for the corridor. Let's buy some things. Let's buy a nice little bench. Let's make the corridor look a little bit nicer, right? Like, let's put... here, let's put some paintings out. Why not? Put some paintings. Make it look nice while people are walking by. Like, okay, yeah, it's not too bad. This place isn't a pile of shite. Okay? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. So our numbers are definitely looking better than they were before. And we're going to be completed before the summer drought. But I'm going to aim this. So everything is good, but I'm going to keep it in development. No one really knows about it. There's no hype around it, so it's fine. But I'm going to keep this in development and wait until the summer drought hits and the summer slump hits. And then I'm going to move along from there. Once it ends, then I'll release it, and there should be still time to catch the trend, catch the wave. Okay, so now I have subgenres. Let's get cheat codes. Let's get some cheat codes. So summer drought hits in July. And we can do password saves. Because there are no save games. Like, you have to play it pretty much the whole way through. Pretty much the whole way through. And ow, my finger hurts. My job has me doing a lot of physical labor. So I cut myself a lot. Which is not too fun. Password saves. Yes, let's do that. So, I think it's around month 8. And let's get a mini booth. Well, actually, no. Let's... No. Booyah. Let's develop some hype. Let's get some fans. 713 fans. That's nice. So now we have 27 hype around the game. But again, don't want to sell during the summer slump. Don't want to do that. I do not want to ruin anything at the moment, and if I can improve the game, I will definitely improve the game as much as possible. We still have time to catch this trend. Still have plenty of time. Good old Friedrich, whatever the hell his name is, walking over, get some water. There's some password saves. Let's go into genres. Well, I don't care about genres right now. Genres, not important. So I developed Cyberpunk, but I also want to do, because I'm thinking like a nice, a samurai RPG. That sounds good. Make sure we get some topics going. And the summer slump is over. Let's finish development. Let's search for a publisher. And let's see. This is a skill game. Who has the best market going on? We got market strength of 80, 80. Okay, so it really doesn't matter who we go to, so long as they have good market strength. Booyah. Only 3 people have that genre and 1 on the platform, but none have the topic, which is good because that's what we want, and it's rated 16. Okay. The complexity of the gameplay does not leave much to be desired. Genre fans won't be thrilled with the game's graphics, but they will be satisfied. There was certainly no Mozart responsible for music, but the sound effects are good. I like the game's controls very much. A lot has been done here so the player can get started right away. Those who have their money ready can buy this game without hesitation at a 72%. This is gonna be huge. And it's so good, we can do a sequel. Ah, that sounds absolutely amazing. But let's look at what the let's look at the sales later in a different episode, and I will see you then. Hopefully. Thank you for watching, and bye.